Brooks just broke the Brooks mold. They lowered the drop, messed with the midsole, and put out the highest stack Brooks running shoe to date. But does that mean that they have been able to make something that this shoe nerd will truly love? This is my first impression review of the Brooks Glycerin Max. Hi everybody and welcome to today's video. My name is Matt and this is What Matters to Matt, and on today's video we are going to be talking all about my first impressions of the Brooks Glycerin Max. Now, to get a disclosure out of the way right off the bat, this was a shoe that Brooks sent me for the purpose of review. However, they're not paying me to make this video. My thoughts and my opinions are definitely my own. And if after watching this video you are thinking you want to give the Glycerin Max a try, click on the link in the description or head on over to vmzfit.com where you will find videos and links to products including shoes that my family have tried and tested. These are affiliate links, and although they may not impact your purchase, they go a long way to supporting this little channel that we are trying to grow. So as mentioned, these are very much my first impressions of the Glycerin Max, and I got this shoe early last week and it took every single ounce of energy to wait until my long run on Sunday to lace them up and give them a try. But that is exactly what I did, and I am really happy, and I want to talk to you guys all about it. Now, we are going to go down through the upper, the midsole, and the outsole, and hopefully by the end of this video you will know whether the Glycerin Max would be worth your hard-earned cash. But before we get into that, let's take a quick look at some of the specs. The Glycerin Max has a listed weight of 10.5 ounces or 297.7 grams. However, in my US men's size 13, they come in at a whopping 282 grams or 13.47 ounces. That is the heaviest shoe I am currently running in, but we'll talk about whether that seems to be a problem or not later on in the video. The stack height is 47 millimeters in the heel, 41 millimeters in the forefoot for a 6 millimeter drop. The upper is made up of an engineered mesh, and the midsole is a nitrogen infused foam that Brooks calls DNA tuned. Now, with all that out of the way, let's dive into the shoe, and we're going to start with the upper. So no word of a lie, for my foot, this was the most comfortable upper I have ever worn. Lots of padding in the tongue, around the heel collar, no funny lacing system. Laces are a bit puffy, which traditionally I am not a fan of, but they work here. I can't say too much about breathability because that first one was neither really hot or really cold for this time of year, so my foot just felt comfortable. I do worry a bit about whether with all that padding in the summer heat, with lots of sweat in the rain or in lots of slush, this upper might become a bit of a sponge. But only time will tell, and part of me is just like, who cares? Because it is just that comfortable. So moving on down to the midsole, and holy frig, that DNA tuned midsole for me is like nothing else I've ever run in before. This is the highest stack shoe I own, definitely in the forefoot, and I will admit first putting this on had me a little skeptical. It felt like so much shoe underfoot, and it is, but somehow you get all that protection, all that foam, and it does not make the shoe feel crazy stiff, and you even get a little bit of energy return. You're not sinking into this foam way too much. Now, not a ton, not like a Pebax, but still plenty to keep you rolling. It could be the DNA tuned foam that's softer in the back and more dense in the front. It could be that glide roll rocker that is that pretty dramatic in the front. Who knows? Somehow this giant shoe just keeps me rolling. So lastly, let's talk about the outsole for a second. The rubber compound in this feels a bit softer than a lot of what I've been finding in other shoes, and it performed pretty well in some pretty poor conditions I had out there on the run. It was actually a case of getting far enough into the trail that I kept thinking maybe I should turn back, but if I just kept going, I knew that at some point I was going to hit the pavement before too long, so I just kept on going. In fact, about a kilometer after I got back on the pavement, I was running past someone running on the other way, and they asked me if the loop was icy, and my response was very, and they turned around immediately. They knew the trail well enough to know that it was a good idea to turn around. There is some exposed midsole, and it will be interesting to see how that holds up over an extended period of time. I'm not really sure how that DNA tuned is going to hold up. It's a new phone to me, so we'll see. So there are a couple of things I will be watching for as I get more miles into the shoe. First is with that upper, and can you have all that padding in this big of a shoe and not soak up a ton of water? Also, will the magic of that midsole keep me smiling as much as it has so far? And how well will that slightly softer outsole hold up? Now, I think it's easy to tell that based on my first impressions of this shoe, I am incredibly impressed. This shoe is definitely on the heavy side and does not come cheap. And I was really questioning whether it was worth what Brooks was asking for it. And ultimately, that's a decision you would have to make on your own. But to me, relative to what is out there on the market, I believe that it is, at least so far. We'll get more miles in it and we'll see. But so far, it's worth every penny. That's it, guys. Can't wait to put more miles into this shoe. Solid shoe coming from Brooks, and has me really pretty excited to get more Brooks shoes on my feet in the near future. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you are not subscribed. Head on over to vmzfit.com. All the links for this shoe and the website and my other videos are in the description down below. My name is Matt, and this has been What Matters to Matt, and ultimately, what matters to me most is my family. I'll see you guys in the next video.